Yo, people. So, we got a new Hulu original joint called Miguel Wants to Fight. And this film is a lot of fun, right? It's a lot of fun. It is directed by Oz Rodriguez, written by Jason Concepcion and Shea Serrano. It is produced by Ryan Bennett, Marla De Bartolo, Jeremy Garlick, Mickey Liddell, Will Phelps, Oz Rodriguez, and Pete Shalamore. It's executive produced by Jimmy Price and Michael Glassman. Diana Matos was on cinematography. Production design is Lauren Fitzsimmons. Set decoration is Michelle Munez. Costume design is Alexis Forte. Hair and makeup, we've got Christina Samuels, Amani Salah, and Margarita Allen. Our cast. Well, Tyler Dean Flores plays Miguel. His best friends are David, played by Christian Vunipola, Kaz, played by Imani Lewis, and Srini, played by Suraj Partha. We've also got a younger version of Miguel, played by Luca Zilk, and a younger Kaz is played by Amanda Daniel. Okay, so his mum is played by Andrea Navedo. Okay. His teacher is played by Dasha Polanco. Some of the bullies at the school, right? We've got Adrian, played by Jordan Owens. There is Blake, played by Thomas Whitcomb. Yeah, I mean, that's about like the IMBD listings are horrendous. I mean, it doesn't even list who plays Miguel, right? There's no listing for the dad. It's terrible. Terrible. Anyway, though, the gist of the film is this: despite living in a neighborhood where fighting is stitched into the fabric of everyday life, high school junior Miguel has never found himself in one. And to be honest, he's perfectly fine with that. But when a combination of events turns his life upside down, Miguel and his three best friends, the stoic David, the rowdy Kaz, and the quick-tongued Srini, enter into a series of hilarious misadventures as he tries to get into his first ever fight. So, yeah, this is a lot of fun, right? We open up and they're just making this video, right? Miguel likes to make these videos. So him and his friends are like anime characters and superheroes. So it's just all of this. So we see all of that. And you can see these are best friends. They've hung out ever since they were 5, right? And there's a bond. But Miguel does not fight. Right, we see like a confrontation starts off with Srini and some guys when they're playing basketball, and some shit gets said. Right, everyone else jumps in. Miguel does not, and then his friends realize, right, and we get into this whole thing about, yo, how have you never got into a fight? This is crazy, especially because his dad runs a boxing gym, but his dad looks at boxing as, that's a sport, right? Fighting, he's not about just brawling in the streets, which is sensible, you know what I mean? But as I said, these things happen, which then make Miguel want to get into a fight, his first ever fight. And just the hijinks roll from there, you know what I mean? And so we just get a number of these scenarios of him thinking about fights, preparing for fights. I think one of the fun things with this is, firstly, the conversation. You know what I mean? Like they are kind of talking like you remember getting into stupid conversations like this when you were a kid, you know, like One Punch Man, right? And there's I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's the whole thing about One Punch Man. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just, oh my gosh. So that creates a great feel. And as a thing, you can relate, right? It's so much bad communication going on, right? Miguel and his friends, Miguel and his parents, his teachers, and everything is just miscommunication. But at that age, shit can happen, right? Shit can happen. And it kind of hits a lot of those situations, a lot of the embarrassing situations. You know what I mean? When cussing someone out goes up wrong in so many ways, right? It's all encapsulated in this film. And the other thing, as I said, look, Miguel's he likes making videos. So there is a lot of reference because he's all about martial arts, anime, video games. So we get a lot of that. Throwbacks to Kill Bill, right? Throwbacks to I think it's the Game of Death. Yeah, Game of Death, right? I mean, we get throwbacks to that, The Matrix, all of these references are used in Miguel's kind of thought process around the fighting, right? And he, you know, being the hero and all of this. And a big point was thrown up, right? Maybe you're the villain. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes people have to think, you know, because everyone thinks, I'm the good guy in this, right? I was wronged. Hey, you might just be the fucking villain of the piece, people. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. I mean, some of the fight scenes, I mean, you can clearly see no punches are actually landing, but it's kids. You know what I mean? So I don't mind. Like, it's not a big thing. It's not a big thing at all. Plus, it does kind of fit into the aesthetics of the film, right? Because you do get a lot of that, you know, pow, boom, bang, kind of, you know, that classic Batman TV series feel to it. And where we do get some fun, like little kind of special effects, you know what I mean? Like smoke and just things like that on screen. So it just creates this fantastic vibe. Yeah, I really did enjoy the film. I thought the message that it's putting across, you know, handled well. It wasn't heavy-handed. You know, wasn't too much. I think it's just like, yeah, you know, that works, right? I think if you're a like if you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, you know what I mean? If you're a fan of like Transformers, if you're a fan of like martial arts and fighting, you know, Karate Kid, just all of those things, this has got that kind of vibe, you know? This has got that kind of vibe. So yeah, people, I think you would want to check out Miguel Wants to Fight. And look, it's a Hulu original. So hopefully it will be hitting stars internationally or Disney Plus, one of the two. You know what I mean? I mean, they're the same thing, but you know what I mean, right? But I'm not quite sure at this point. So we'll find out on the 16th, you know what I mean? But yeah, people, definitely give Miguel Wants to Fight a look. We get some really good performances. You know, as I said, you believe in the friendships, right? You believe in the love from the parents. Man, it all works. It all works. And this is some straight up wholesome fun. You could put your kids in front of this, right? And they'll learn a little science. All right. So Miguel Wants to Fight. Go check it out.